Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kenny Johnson. I'm currently running for Palm Bay City Council seat 4. Here we are in front of Bayside High School. They just got out of school, but for those of you that know, they just passed the law. Well, had the vote 3-2 for the security specialists to be armed in our schools. So I really wanted to just open up a forum and hear everybody's thoughts and concerns, because whether you like it or not, this affects our city. And I feel confident and I'm excited that everybody's in support for protecting our kids. Yes, we have different solutions for that, but regardless, we need to come together and do what's best for our children. I've been volunteering within Brevard Public Schools for the past 5 years since I've graduated from Charleston Southern University. So I feel it's my civic duty to make sure that I protect these kids and that we protect these kids. So ask away, let's try to make sure we stick to the topic at hand, which is guns in our schools, and we can go from there. So hope to have you elaborate on some questions or concerns that you may have or that you want to ask about me. So yeah.
Talk about those missing. Talk about the people that aren't here.
Yeah. Now, we were originally going to have some teachers and faculty and staff that were going to participate in this forum that we were having today. Unfortunately, they had a last-minute meeting that they have to attend, actually at the same time right now, 2:30 that they're having. So they won't be able to be here, but hopefully they can watch this video and share their comments and their thoughts on what we discussed today. Also share this video with your friends, let them see what we're talking about. We want to make sure that everybody understands what we're trying to do here. But feel free to ask. We're talking about guns in our schools, and it was just passed last night in fact. So we need to protect our kids at any cost, and that's what's most important. So
You probably have to pull it up on your phone to see the comments, because I'm not seeing the comments right now.
I'm not seeing any comments right now, but if you're watching and you have questions, feel free to ask. This is just to create transparency, which is what we need in the city of Palm Bay. So feel free to ask whatever you may have a concern with.
Okay, I see.
How you doing, Ace? Good to see you, brother. Make sure you hit the share button for me. I'm trying to make sure we share this and let everybody know what we're talking about. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Kenny Johnson. I'm currently running for Palm Bay City Council seat 4, which the primary election is August 28th, and the general election is November 6th. But right now we're talking about the task at hand, which is guns in our school. So the school board just passed a vote for security specialists, which they'll be funding $1.2 million, I believe, in regards to providing the services and the training for these hired security specialists. Feel free to ask questions you may have about that, or what's your take on it, what you think we should have done or they should have done. Regardless, this affects all of us.
What are some of the options that
I've heard from several people who are student resource officers, which currently I've looked into it myself. The city of Palm Bay doesn't have the current funding for it right now, which we do need more officers on the streets as well as in the schools. Other than that, we also heard the Guardian program. Some people have supported that. People have supported volunteer veterans or retired officers who have already served, to understand the duties and what it comes with, as well as some people want security measures heightened in regards to metal detectors and things of that nature. But me personally, I feel that's putting a band-aid on the issue. I think we need to get to the root of the issue, which is why these kids feel the need to bring guns to the school, why they feel this is the only way to have an outlet. We need to create mental health coping mechanisms for these youth, whether it's providing the school with counselors, that's definitely an avenue, or just giving some type of outlet within our community or within our nonprofits to make sure these kids feel safe and that they understand that they are loved and that they're cared for. Because 9 times out of 10, these kids that are causing these mass shootings, we failed them. We failed them as kids and we failed them as parents, and we need to do better. So we can take care of that root cause so they don't feel the need to try to acquire a gun, then we won't have have to worry about issues such as arming our staff or arming security specialists.
Alex wants to know, how will this affect our taxes? How will these guardians affect our taxes?
The guardians, currently the school board said they're getting funding in regards to 1.2 million, which is going to be dispersed as 40,000 per security specialist. My concern in regards to affecting our taxes is if, say, something goes wrong. I don't want to speak into existence, but Alex, I appreciate you asking. If something goes wrong, they're not just going to sue the school board. They're going to sue whatever city it happened in. So if something goes wrong at Bayside or Heritage High School, they're going to come for the city as well, and that's going to affect all of us, because they're going to try to take a good chunk of change out of all of our pockets if they come through with the suit. So I hope that answers your question. If not, please elaborate a little more. I'll be more than happy to discuss further.
Can you talk about the liability between if they were to sue the school versus suing a private organization, about the caps?
Oh, that's discussed with Ms. Patricia. Okay. So in regards to, we've spoken with the city attorney, the current city attorney, Ms. Patricia, and in regards, the city can only handle so many suits in regards to being public. Privately, all the suits can come, and they said each one will be approximately $200,000 or some number like that. But we want to keep the suits to a minimum, and to keep the suits to a minimum, we got to make sure we protect our kids the proper way and don't create any unneeded liabilities. I hope that answers. Who asked that question?
That was out. Here, I just missed one comment. I don't know if you can see it.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Alex?
Ms. Patel just asked a question.
Okay, Ms. Patel, I see your question. Let me see. What do you think? All right, so Ms. Patel asked, for those of you watching, who do you think should be allowed to carry weapons in local schools? Staff, volunteers, SROs, students? Also, how do you feel about the fact that they created these positions but haven't really talked about a mental health professional in each school to help us meet the social and emotional needs of students? I was just speaking about this. That's the root of this. That's the root of the problem right there. We can keep putting band-aids or quote-unquote guns in the hands of everybody, but that's not creating prevention. Creating prevention is getting to the root of why these kids feel they have to get a gun to shoot up a school or even commit suicide. Because we're trying to prevent both. We're trying to save all lives. Okay? So student resource officers primarily need the weapons. They should have the weapons because they're sworn to protect and serve, and that's what they've been doing. Palm Bay Police Department's been doing an excellent job. Chief Rogers, they made it their sworn duty to do exactly what the public needs it to do. Even though we don't have the funding, I know we have funding for mental health in regards to providing counselors. If they could come up with money to fund security specialists, they should be able to come up with money for counselors. That way these kids have an outlet, somebody they can speak to, so we don't have these issues and don't have a kid bringing a gun to Bayside or anywhere else. Does that answer your question, Ms. Stacy? Thank you for asking.
Where's your opinion on guns being allowed into schools? That's Daniel.
In schools, I believe more guns brings more liabilities, but not when they're in the right hands. Our officers are trained, and we need to leave it to them. We need to allow the teachers to teach, such as like my parents, both of them are educators. My mom's at Sunrise Elementary, my father's here at Bayside High School, and he needs to be able to focus on his job to make sure we're educating the youth and not focusing on something else. It's the same way the kids need to be able to focus on learning and graduating and not having to look over their shoulder wondering if one of their students is going to shoot them. Keep the questions coming, please. Keep the questions coming. Have any other questions from anybody else? We're here for the next 15 minutes. Just definitely wanted to give you guys some time to really learn who I am. specialists, I feel that was a rushed compromise. That's the word they use, rushed compromise, that they saw so fit. But who's to stop the same kids from going to the mall or going elsewhere to shoot a different spot that's able to be, victimized? So instead of, just trying to, put specialists here, specialists there, let's fix the kid so we don't have to do anything else. That way we're good. We don't have any other issues. They're safe, our children are safe, and the rest is from there.
Reintroduce what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. For those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Kenny Johnson. I'm currently running for Palm Bay City Council seat 4. I just put my name in the ballot last month, but one thing that's heavy on my heart due to what just passed yesterday are guns in school. I've been volunteering for Brevard Public Schools for the past 5 years now, and safety is a big key, major issue in what's going on in this country today, especially here in Brevard County, in Palm Bay, Florida. So just yesterday, if you're not aware, they passed for security specialists to be armed within our schools. It was a $1.2 million budget, which is going to provide each security specialist a salary of approximately $40,000, in which some are in agreement for it, some are glad that they scrapped the Guardian program for now, and they're looking to pursue SROs in the future, and some wish that they wouldn't have done that and invested in counselors or other avenues, which I'm glad that everybody's in agreement that we need to do something, but we need to find a common solution that benefits all of us and benefits our children most.
We have another question from Alex. He's asking if there was any talk about other measures like metal detectors, things like that in the schools.
From my understanding, I wasn't. Good question, Alex. I appreciate you asking. I wasn't at the school board meeting. I was at another meeting, but I did watch the video, and I've heard them speak about the metal detectors, which I didn't see the school board address that question. But that is definitely another solution, because that provides higher security without adding the guns into the mix. But I didn't hear a solution, or I didn't hear anything from school board in regards to that solution.
So do you think there should be more done about the accessibility for visitors to be able to walk onto campus unchecked?
Like I said, I've been volunteering. I'm an A+ volunteer for Brevard Public Schools, and I've noticed that every school I go to has heightened their security. They've installed cameras for those who, as soon as you walk in, they have your face. They've worked on locking every door in the school, and they have to electronically press a button to let you in. Otherwise, you won't be able to get past the front office. So I feel security has been heightened, but like I said, that's just putting a Band-Aid over the wound. We need to get to the root cause, which is why these kids feel the need to bring guns. Good question, Alex.
I think we had another question earlier before the broadcast about whether this was something that's relevant to City Council.
Okay, yes. As I said, my name is Kenny Johnson. I'm running for City Council, and the reason why it's relevant, first of all, it's relevant to me as a citizen of Palm Bay, as a Palm Bay native, because a lot of these kids I've mentored and I've worked with, the last thing I want to do is turn on the news and see something happen to one of the youth I've been working with, or one of the youth I care about, because I don't have any kids, but I consider them my kids, these kids. They're my little brothers, my little sisters, and I want to make sure that they can focus on their education and nothing more. So that's the first reason why it's important. Secondly, earlier I was speaking in regards to if something was to happen with one of the security specialists or a guardian or something of that nature, and they decide to sue, 9 times out of 10, they're not just going to sue the school board, they're going to sue everybody. So they're going to try to sue the county, they're going to try to sue the city of Palm Bay, in which they sue the city of Palm Bay. That's our taxpayer money going towards that, and that's something we don't need. So for whoever asked that question, that's a good question. I'm glad you're concerned about that, but this is something that needs to be addressed within the city. The city council even spoke about it last Thursday. They had a good discussion on SROs and the Guardian program. You keep the questions coming. We're going to go for another 5 minutes. Please feel free to ask whatever is on your heart. Oh yes. So if you're still watching, we're gonna do this weekly, same time, 2:30. Feel free to comment and put what topic you would like to hear about. Whatever comment has the most likes or we're hearing the most about, we're gonna make sure we put that on the agenda within the next few weeks, because we want to make sure your voice is heard, because I want you to know that a vote for Kenny Johnson is a vote for the people, because I'm representing you and what we stand for.
And what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about guns in school. That's this week's topic. We haven't decided on next week's topic because we're waiting to hear back from the viewers and from everybody and the citizens as well. So today's topic is guns in school, with the passing yesterday of security specialists within Brevard County schools, Brevard County Public Schools, which is $1.2 million budget, which is going to provide 42,000 salary. So keep the questions coming. Otherwise, comment what you would like to hear us talk about. Let us know your concerns, anything that you have on your heart or your mind. Let us know.
We're going to talk about how the campaign's been going since you got started.
Okay, yeah, if you're still watching, campaign's been going great. We're a month in. We're still looking for donations from anybody. JohnsonForPalmBay.com. That's Johnson, the number 4, PalmBay.com. Feel free to donate, or feel free to fill out the volunteer form, because we're looking to let the city know that we're here for them and that they can come to us for anything they need. So feel free to donate. Feel free to let us ask us any questions. You can email us. Check out the website. We're here. And for those of you who've been watching from the beginning, thank you for dedicating some time to hear our voice and hear what we're talking about, and to voice your opinions as well. Because that's what it's about. We got to keep an open line of communication and transparency. So even after this video is over, feel free to shoot us a message, shoot us a question that you might have had that you didn't want to ask on here, that you want to ask privately, and we'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Because transparency is key. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to wait another minute or so to see if anybody else jumps on and wants to ask something, or if anybody watching right now has a last minute question, and then we'll conclude it for today.
Angie Sicaro says hi.
Hi Angie, how you doing? I appreciate you watching. Hit that share button for us. Let your friends know what we're doing and how we're trying to change the city for the better. So if you're tuning in again, like I said, my name is Kenny Johnson, 499 Seahorse Circle, Palm Bay, Florida residence, and I'm here to change the city by running for Palm Bay City Council Seat 4. So if you have any questions after this, please feel free to ask.